let's give it up for our next comic coming to the stage. The wonderful, she came all the way from Tacoma for this shit. I don't even know why. She's doing crazy stuff, but I love her to death. Let's give it up for Doris DeSouza, everybody. Let's keep it going.
Definitely switching the melody. Can it be the brothers that you rarely see? They got together for the better weather.
All right. What's up, Covert Café? Yeah. No, you heard right. It's Doris. Okay. I know you see a short Spanish girl and you're like, Dora? we both have big heads. I get it, you know. But I do have the backpack too, but you know, unless Dora and I use the map the same way, we're like, where is the drugs? You know, ¿Dónde está drogas? Did somebody say cocaine? Oh no, it's laced with fentanyl. Coke or no snorting. Coke or no. Okay. I get it. But no, you know, you hear the name Doris and you're like, camping, Doris, witch in the woods. I came from Tacoma, so it's like close enough. It works out just the same right there. But then you also hear the name Doris and you're like, oh, she gets freaky. And I mean, dressed the way I do, obviously, I want to get freaky in the woods, right? You know? But as a Colombian, we don't camp that much. Oh, you thought I was Mexican? Fuck you. Okay, guys. I know you think Colombian Shakira and you say taqueria worker, and you're kind of not computing how this too. And it's because Spanish people only get separated into two houses, right? Either you look like Selena or you look like the woman who killed Selena, and there's no differentiating that. I know. And can you believe it? I moved up here in 2020 and I still haven't been camping. All right? 4 years and I haven't been camping. Right? I matched with all these guys with beards and flannel. False advertising, okay? When you mention Cascades, they think of something completely different that's on Brazzers, so they don't want to go to that. But no, it's different because I match with these guys. I'm like, let's go camping, but all they hear is REI, the chores, right? They don't want to go camping. They don't want to fuck with any of that. When it sucks because it's like I tell them, like, yeah, we'll have sex in the woods, and they're like, I don't know, Doris. Your scenario kind of freaks me out. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, it kind of sounds like it's illegal. I'm like, I mean, I guess, maybe. And then I start to think, like, maybe, like, there's a point where your kink or the thing you're into might actually be a felony. So you kind of have to worry about that. But basically it is I want to go to the woods. And I want to go in the middle of nowhere. And, like, I don't want to be chased. I want to chase him. Right? Like, since I'm tiny, I could, like, hide in the tree and, like, camouflage out like a, you know, tiny predator kind of thing. And just, like, listen to breathing. And so give him a head start, a fair head start. I have tiny legs. He literally can cover more ground than I can. But then the part that he gets bothered with, and, you know, I'm starting to get it. It's, you know, basically I catch him, and then we have sex, and I want him to come, right? Like, immediately. And you'd think, like, oh my God, that's a guy's dream. Except the reason why I like it when guys come, right? It's the noise they make. But you guys might think it's sexy, and I like it because it sounds like they're dying. Like I'm getting off to the thought of you perishing. Your soul is leaving your body. I killed you with this pussy, and I can live my life now, you know? It's different. But yeah, let's see. What was I wanted to do? So, yeah, you know, my dad didn't really take me camping, you know. Not a lot of Colombian fathers do. At least you hope your father doesn't want to go camping with you, like guerrilla style. So you're kind of happy about that. But I really wish my dad wasn't like a stereotypical Colombian, you know? No, he is. Okay, like I wanted a dad that was like a Doug, right? Sweater vests, you know, like corny music, told dad jokes, you know, little get up. Want him to collect stamps. Except I got a dad named Frank who tried to fuck my preschool teacher and did import and export, so I didn't win the dad on that front. Yeah. Basically, if New York City had a soccer team, he'd go to every team and it'd be called the New York City Cocors. So that's how my dad is with that. But yeah, it's weird. It's different moving up here and dating, right? Because I try to meet a bunch of people and, you know, people look at me and they think librarian, right? They think shy, they think librarian, or librarian they'd see on Pornhub, one of the two. Except they get really disappointed when I do smell like Bengay, so they don't like that too much. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, yeah, so I recently went back home because I was visiting, right? And I came out as pansexual to my family and friends back home. So thank you. The thing was, nobody was surprised. I mean, I get it, you know, as an old hag named Doris, I get it. You're not going to be surprised at much I do nowadays. But I was kind of like, come on, guys, like, you know, this really meant a lot to me and nothing. And they just look at me and they go like, well, Doris, I don't know. You did date that guy that lived in a shack and you saw the grass coming through the floor. And you brought him food, cigarettes, and beer every time you saw him for a year. We knew you'd fuck anything at that point, so we weren't really surprised anymore. But really sucks as a pansexual is that, like, I find everybody attractive, right? Everybody. Gay men. I find gay men attractive, okay? Like, does that make sense? No, right? But just because I don't have the hardware doesn't mean I can't do what needs to be done, all right? I've seen the videos are, you know, I can buy some strap-ons, you know, it's fine. We can do this together, except gay men look at me like people look at pugs. Right? Like, I guess it's cute, but why is it breathing heavy? Why is it looking at me like that? And can you tell it to stop humping my leg? God. And then they really get upset when I'm like, oh, I'm sorry if my hard-on's poking you. And they're like, what hard-on? I'm like, hold on, I'd strap it in. And then they do that. But yeah, so I went back home and I was going through old photo albums of mine. And do we have any like age gap babies here in the house? Where like you were the baby of your family? No, is that literally just a Latin thing? Okay, all right. No, so my brother and sister were 10 and 7 years older than me, right? Like, I don't know why my mom had me when she did, but she decided to. And I'm looking through all these photo albums, and I'm not in any of them. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. When I was 5, I realized there shouldn't have been an abortion. I mean, think about it, right? As soon as I was born, it was like I took out my whole family. And my friends were asking me, how do you feel knowing that you caused like this nuclear family to like go under? And I told her, I'm like, well, it's like being a new character introduced into a series that's being canceled and everybody on the cast knows it but you. Right? And you come in and you're the new scamp and they got 4 seasons under their belt. They got some fucking daytime Emmys. They're fucking good, right? Yeah, they had the Christmas special, with NSYNC and stuff, and I'd have the Christmas special that was on Cops. Very different upbringings, very different there. But then I realized that my family wouldn't be considered like a telenovela or like a family series. I think it would end up being a true crime doc. Right? Like family of 4, living happily and peacefully, went on 3 camping trips. All of a sudden, they can't do it anymore past 1986. And all of a sudden, the abortion that they didn't take care of took care of them. Right? Plot twist, I was the family annihilator. It was crazy. It's crazy with that one. But yeah, no. Dating up here has been different, as Doris. Who here is on dating sites? Come on. All of you are just getting laid by magic of real life? Get the fuck out of here. Some of you are probably on the worst sites, like clown porn meetups or some shit like that. And if it is, just honk twice. I'll meet you in the back. It's fine. We can do that. But yeah, I match with anybody. The thing is, I don't like matching with people that are liars, right? So I don't care. Do we have any short kings in the house? Woo. Oh my God, one guy in the back over there. That's totally short, because there is a guy over there in the back that's totally short, but he doesn't want to say anything. Whatever. So I don't mind matching with him. He said he was 5'7". I'm 5'1". We're all gravy, baby. I'm good to go. Except when we meet up and we're standing next to each other and then we're looking at each other eye to eye. And then I start to realize, I'm like, I should not be looking over his head into next week's bad decisions. Something's wrong, right? So I call my best friend. I'm like, hey, this guy said he was 5'7". I was taller than him. And she's like, oh my God, Doris, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why? I'm 5'8", baby, okay? I can get a scholarship. This is fucking great news, right? It's fucking wonderful. But I'd rather date a short guy than a tall guy. Because tall guys, you think that you're cute and cuddly and that they just want to be with you. But really, they look at me and they just see, like, you know, a Doris a dick koozie, right? Like, they just absolutely want to destroy me. Like a Puerto Rican pocket pussy with a Sharpie outline. All right, my name has been Doris DeSouza. Thank you guys so much.
Angry Reds, younger dangerous, trick stranglers, get up on some gangster shit.